by definition, this is Local Memphis Live. Now, here's your host, Amy Sparopoulos.
Well, good morning and welcome to Local Memphis Live. We hope you had a very wonderful Christmas enjoying the company of your family and friends. I'm your host today, Chelsea Chandler, while Amy is out still for the rest of the week. And we, of course, have a great show for you that begins with bringing the family together. For many women, becoming a stepmom is not something that they've planned for, nor do mothers anticipate another woman being a part of raising their child. But it's a reality that's becoming more and more common, it seems. And while, yes, it's unexpected, it doesn't have to be filled with feuds. And this morning, we welcome a Memphis native, wife, and author sharing her experience on blended families and the journey of being a stepmom. Welcome, Mrs. Naja Hall.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And you have written a book called Girl Bye.
My book is a very simple title, Girl Bye.
And you obviously have a background. You wrote this story about blending families.
Yes, yes. So I have been married I'm a newlywed, under 2 years now. My husband and I we dated for about 3 years. And this was my first time really being in a relationship with somebody with children. Because I was the woman who was always adamant about, I would prefer not to date people with children. I don't have any biologically of my own. And all these issues that I'd heard about that come with blending families, like, the baby mama drama. And I don't like to really use that word, but baby
Everyone
mama
knows what
drama,
you're talking about.
right? Or the evil stepmom. I was like, I never want to be looked at as that. And then everything that I wanted to avoid started happening in my own situation. And what I learned was that it was not exclusive to me. So I created this little Facebook group just for ranting purposes for about 10 of my friends and I. But then they were trying to add their own friends and then their own friends and their own friends. So I created a public space. And the group is called Blended and Black, because blended and black. So I created the space and it just grew. Like right now we have 8,000 very highly actively engaged members, and these people are in there telling the exact same stories that I can empathize with, and I'm sure a lot of viewers out there can empathize with too. So, and it was just get in there and we talk, and that's how the concept of the book Girl Bye came about, because I realized that most of the issues are between women. A woman, and there's this guy that they share. Somebody's in love with him, or someone was in love with him, and that a child has come out of this bond. And you really have to go through the hassle of figuring out how to raise a child with another person who you used to be romantically with. You're no longer with that person. And then if you're the new woman coming into the scenario, you kind of got to figure out where you fit in. And it's all a big hodgepodge, and it's confusion, and it's pain, and it's anger, and it's bitterness, and it's resentment, but it does not have to be that way.
Right.
And so when I created this, I was like, okay, let me just make something for women, especially because we're the ones that seem to get caught up in the drama and the heartache and of it all.
Well, it's hard because you have the man that you love having to balance the needs of another woman and trying not to become jealous as a result. And putting the child first does become obviously the priority. Right.
And when people say, I put my child first, that's a big argument that we have in real life and in the group. If you're, whatever religion that you practice, if you're Christian, Muslim, whatever you practice, most of them teach to prioritize your marriage, because your marriage is the foundation of your family. And then under that roof of the marriage comes the child. But then what if you have a child being raised in two separate roofs? Where does this child get lost in translation between the households? And that's a dilemma that a lot of us face.
So tell me a little bit about the book itself, some things we can find inside of it.
The book, I call it, is it's basically how to take back your peace in a not so peaceful situation, and it's a workbook for moms and stepmoms. It's what I wish I would have had, and my stepmoms, my children's mother would have had. I wish there was some sort of class that women could take to say, look, this is your guidebook. This is what you're going to go by. This is how you're going to have peace with this woman. Because, think about it. When you get a new car, you have an owner's manual, right?
Right.
You don't really read that thing until you need it. And so
that's so true.
Right. And so Girl Bye is a thing that if you don't need it right now, then you know somebody that's going to need it.
Right.
Or you might find yourself in the throes of a blended family situation. You might need it. So there's things in here that teach you just how to cope with these changes that are happening in your life that you never would have expected, and how to understand that some things are just going to be beyond your control. And honey, you just got to get over yourself, or you have to grow by yourself sometimes.
So this is basically what you wish you had when you started out.
This is the tool that I wish I had. And of course, I have 8,000 other women in the group, in the Facebook group with me, so I was able to survey, ask questions. I'm doing a docu-series right now to really get in people's heads and see, you know, what they would have done. I got some stepmom and some mom OGs that are saying, honey, tell these young ladies to do this. I have newbies, I have middle ground people. So yeah, this is your go-to resource.
So where can we find this?
You can find it on my website.
Okay. Tell me about
and on Amazon. So I have a website called Blended and Black. That's my...
I have it on the screen right here.
Oh. All right. So the website is called Blended and Black.
Okay.
And if you just click on Girl Buy, you'll be able to find all the information about it. And also the book, it's a workbook. So what do you do with a workbook? You work. And so I have created daily videos because this is like a 10-day masterclass for mothers and stepmothers. So I also have daily videos that coincide with each chapter, each day of the book. So once you buy the book, you also get access to each and every single video. So you have no excuse not to have peace in your household.
All right, well, awesome. Well, this will definitely help plenty of people. I really appreciate you bringing that, bringing it into our studio today. So thank you so much again, Naja Hall. It's Girl Buy. She's not going anywhere. Neither are you. And again, you can find that at blendedandblack.com. All right, well, coming up in today's show, new year, new furry friend. We're live at Carterville Animal Services to help pick the perfect pet. Plus, get hooked on science, how you can get into some family fun with a few experiments for the kids and get a taste of the Mid-South at On the Jeans. We sit down with the owner to learn more about their most famous dishes. In fact, she's standing by in our green room right now. After the break, we'll introduce you to her team of Southern Hands. That's after the break.